Dude, I'm crooked. There, how's that now? Why is my tongue so red? So I guess this is like gonna be sort of a part 4 to the Atlanta trip. There's a couple of cool things happened that I didn't really get to film because I forgot to bring the camera in with me. I don't know. I mean, it's not the same with me just sitting here telling the story, but like it was really cool because one of the things we did that I didn't get to film was we played mini golf. It was like an indoor mini golf, and it was really dark in there, so everything was all like under black lights, so everything glowed. So like all you could see was the ball and the white stripes on Chugga's shirt and whatever else. And it was really cool. I mean, you could still see like the course and everything, but it was just really weird. So, but it was really cool too at the same time. And not to brag, but I kind of kicked their asses on the hard course. So we played the easy course first and then the hard course. And on the hard course, for some reason, I just got really good all of a sudden, and I started just sinking holes in one, boom, 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 just all the way until the cows come home. And anyway, yeah, like there was this one where the hole was right here, and then it was surrounded on both sides by 2 hills that went down like this. So you had to push the ball and get it right up to the top of the hill and hope that it stopped somewhere before the hill went back down again. There's only like a foot, maybe a foot and a half of flat surface there where the hole is. And I just somehow, I hit the ball, boop, and it went right in the hole on the first hit, hole in one. And I was just like, holy shit, more like it. Holy shit's definitely more like it, but yeah, so that was really fun. We had a fun time doing that. And then we went to this other thing. It was like a mystery room. So basically, you pay to go into this room, and they lock you in there. Like physically, you're locked in the room. And you have to like solve the mystery to get out, to figure out what the code is to unlock the door to get out. So you have like 45 minutes, and we were going around looking for all these clues. And sadly, at the end of the day, we were unable to actually solve it, but we did have a pretty good time just looking around for clues. It was pretty creative, actually, how they did it, because they had like one clue that said like, well, what you would have to do is look on the bottom of like vases, or you just look around for stuff. I have no idea why it does that. See, here's the thing. Capri House is my network, right? But it's always connected to this other unidentified network at the same time, and I don't know if that's like, if I'm supposed to be connected to that or not, but sometimes, for whatever reason, it disconnects from Capri House so that all it is this unidentified network. I don't know. But nothing happens when I right-click it. And I don't know what the point of it even being there is, but yeah, it's really cool. Like one of the clues actually was like mirrored time, and the time on the clock on the wall said 4:45. And I came up and I was like, you know, is it possible that mirrored time means 4:45 would become 7:15? Because I noticed in their notes that they hadn't considered that possibility. And all of a sudden, Proton John's just like, dude, Tim, you're a genius. And it turned out that was like the code to unlock this other box that had like another clue inside of it. And that was pretty much my biggest contribution to the effort, I think. There was another one where there was like pieces of a crown you had to piece together. And when you put them together, it said something on the pieces of paper once you put them all together. But you couldn't see what it said. You had to shine like a black light on. There's also like this bookshelf full of books, and I was going through looking like, is it possible the 4:45 is like a page number? Because there was another clock, like the picture of Big Ben on the wall, it looked like it said 3:20. But I couldn't tell if it was 3:20 or 3:25. So I was going through every single one of these books, looking at page 3:20, looking at page 3:25, looking at page 4:45, and man, I just couldn't find nothing. I was like crazy. It's like, I didn't know they made things like that, like where you could just go into a room and physically try to solve a mystery like that. I thought it was pretty cool. We also had some ice cream, but it was like little tiny balls I'm not sure, I don't remember what they were called. There was a name for it, like little dots or little dits or something. And like they had it frozen in such a way so that they were just, that it remained in the shape of little balls. When you put it in your mouth and it actually melted, then it actually tasted and felt like ice cream. But it was weird because in a container it was just a bunch of little balls, and you pick them up in the spoon and put them in your mouth. It was just weird. So it's the first time I'd ever had ice cream like that before. It was pretty cool. So we did that. We also walked around, and I had some apple juice at one point. And I'm trying to think. We also ate at Dave & Buster's, and that was where like towards the end of the trip we went back there and played games, and I got a bunch of tickets, and I actually got myself a Dave & Buster's hoodie because I found this one machine. I mean, I don't know. There's always like that one machine that you figure you can get the best number of tickets per credit, you know, that you put into the machine. Usually it's like that one. Usually there's one, like usually the ones where it goes around in a circle and you have to stop it, like boom, on the jackpot. Well, there was this one. I tried and tried like probably at least 100 times. Well, it's probably more like 50 times to hit that jackpot. I just couldn't do it, but it's funny because every single time I did hit it, I hit the ones right next to the jackpot or maybe 2 or 3 spaces away. So I was making like at least 20 tickets for every time I swiped the card. And the card is only, and it only costs like 2.6 credits to play. So I figured, well, that's about 10 tickets for every credit. So, and you know, when I actually did the math, there was no other machine in there that paid out that well. So, except for possibly like the clock one. Like if you ever go to one of those places and they have the giant clock machine, it's hard to describe. The one at GameWorks in Seattle, you can cheat that one really easily. I would still stop the minute hand to always be on one of those 3, 9, 10, or 12. 3, 6, 9, or 12. But basically what I would do is I would stop the minute hand when it was like 12 minutes before where I wanted it to stop it. Stop it then. So if I wanted to stop on 6, I would hit the button just before it got to 4. That's how you do it, and you can like cheat the machine. And like, well, you can't cheat the machine. You still have to pay for your money and everything, but it's like I've done this on 2 different machines now, so I figure it must be somewhat of a legitimate strategy. And those 2 machines were just too similar to not have been made by the same company or something. I also got this from Sayanella. It's a picture of Yoshi dumping a bunch of eggs and it says, "Keep being awesome." That's really cool. Oh, and I also got, man, I can take these out to the mailbox. Got some bills to pay here, and I got some Christmas cards to mail off. They're supposed to be, yeah, as I say. Oh, I didn't put a return address on this one. I guess I better do that. It's the IRS. You probably ought to put a return. It's a good thing I noticed that when I did, since you're making a video. Timothy Bishop. But yeah, like almost the entire week that we were there, it was like in the 60s, 70s outside. So I couldn't believe it was that warm. But actually, I can't believe how warm it is up here. It's like in the upper 40s tomorrow. I mean, the low tomorrow night is 40 degrees. It's like, what? 40 degrees. So when I came back home, my 3 Amazon orders had come in, which they actually probably came in after the day I left. But, here they are. Pokemon Omega Ruby. It's Fantasy Life, which I'm curious about this game, actually. I'm almost scared to play it because, like, if I get hooked on it or something, who knows? And I'm pretty sure, you know, LPing another RPG this soon is not the smartest idea. But, I don't know. And then, DK Tropical Freeze, baby. Tell you what, man. These are getting terrible. No, I mean, I never even actually finished the first Donkey Kong, like Donkey Kong Country Returns. I never finished it. So, I guess this just turned into an unboxing video here. I don't know. So, yeah, let me get a sniff. Oh, that smells so good. Do they still make manuals for games these days? Yes, they do. Tropical Freeze. Oh, it's just a beautiful manual. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh, so good. I just love that smell, man. Man, that's so good. It's just, it smells like wood or something. I don't know, like an old fireplace. I guess eventually I need to just go ahead and make myself a Club Nintendo account. Because every time I get in one of these codes, I'm just like, oh, what am I going to do with this? I mean, maybe I should just send it to somebody. I don't know. So then there's Fantasy Life. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I've seen ads for this on YouTube. And I've seen a couple of people talk about it a little bit. It kind of sounds like it might be a little bit Sims-ishy, if that's even a word. But not that that's a bad thing. I've never played a Sims game, but I think that a lot of the games that I have played have similar, you know, like strategies, I guess, as the Sims would. For a little bit, the term strategy applies to games like that. Like, strategy to what? It's like, you might as well be talking about strategy to living your everyday life. It's like, you're just making decisions, really, that's all. I was also curious about how the fighting system works on this, because if we have another Secret of Mana on our hands here, that would be pretty amazing. But then again, I still haven't started Children of Mana yet, or Sword of Mana, or any of those other games. So here we go again with the smell. Although I imagine the 3DS game probably doesn't. Oh yeah, it smells pretty good. Let's check out the inside of the, oh jeez, this is slipping on my keyboard, man. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, probably tonight I'm just gonna go play some Hyrule Warriors. I don't know. Can't really decide. Like, play some Hyrule Warriors and copy some more tapes. I was copying my tapes onto my laptop for a while there, and then I just stopped. Now I'm not sure I can remember how to set up my computer so that I can hear the tapes out of my speakers as I'm copying them. Because eventually I did figure out how to do that. But part of the reason I stopped doing it is because I was too lazy to want to have to relearn it. Which I mean, it will only take like 5 minutes probably to figure it out, but. So here's Pokemon Ruby. Ugh. God, it just smells so good. Makes me want to like go buy an old copy of like Chrono Trigger or something, an old box copy, and just open it up and take that manual and just sniff. Sniff till the cows come home, man. I actually wonder if it would smell the same as those do right there. Because maybe, I don't know. I think it's up to 20 minutes already. Jeez, man. Since when do my vlogs go by so fast? It's already 9:30 at night, man. Why am I sitting here combing my hair? So I think that's all I really wanted to talk about. So I would drag out my Amiibos and show them to you, but I already showed them to you in that other video in part 3, I think it was. I didn't even label those, actually, as part 1, part 2, part 3. It's like there's only so many things that you can call each trip. It's like to Atlanta, down south again, part 1, down south again, part 2, part 1. I don't even know. So on this last one, I just didn't even bother. Just gave them each their own names. But yeah, I want to get some more Amiibos, but I haven't gone shopping yet. But I better be checking around for I mean, I don't know. It's probably too late now if those Amiibos are going to be sold out. I mean, who am I kidding? I'm not going to go up there and find a Marth Amiibo now. That ain't going to happen. I mean, I don't know. It's just that, like, you know. I do have this weird idea, though, that I want to try to get a whole bunch of them. And just save them, you know, like, for several years. You know, kind of let some time go by and see what happens. Because something about this Amiibo thing feels perfect. to be one of those things that people will look back 10 years from now and say, you know, I mean, people are selling bottles of cherry, or what is it, Crystal Pepsi, on eBay for $80. I mean, if I'd known that was going to happen, shoot, I would have just, I don't know, it's like you never know what it's going to happen to. It's like anything that you know is going to be semi-permanent, you should get it, you know, get as much of it as you can. Like these salty Chips Ahoy that they got out right now. I mean, holy crap, like, I can imagine, I don't know, I can't see those going very far. I mean, maybe they will, I don't know, but the problem is, how are you supposed to know, you know? I mean, they could turn out to be a big thing. It's like, I'm pretty sure nobody thought that chicken and waffles was going to end up being a huge thing, but, well, lo and behold, it is, and for how long, who knows, but that's the thing, it's like, something about Amiibo strikes me as, it's going to be one of those things like the Virtual Boy. It's going to, like, and the problem is you can't go around and start, you know, saying, you know, spreading your ideas out there to all the other people, because then it's like, oh, okay, now everybody else is going to do it, and then it's not going to be so rare. I mean, Earthbound is a prime example, because I remember days when you could go in the store and they had Earthbound on the shelf for $20. It's like 15 copies of it, because nobody was buying it. And if I had known at the time, I mean, holy shit, like, that was only, well, that was 17 years ago. That has been a while. 16 years ago, maybe. But, like, look at all those things now. The NES Advantage, or Rob, or Mario Paint with the Mario Mouse, the NES Zapper, the Super Scope 6. I mean, every single one of those things now is rare. You know, and it's like, sure, there are some games that are rare too, but the ones where, like, there was a gadget that came with the game or something, that's the thing, though, because every now and then there's something like the Rumble Pack, for example. Like, nobody talks about the Rumble Pack because rumbling is one of those features that's just integrated into the controller now. So the Rumble Pack is pretty much, like, totally useless. It was revolutionary at the time, just like Amiibo is now. But, you know, a person could have bought a whole bunch of Rumble Packs back in 1997 thinking that, you know, that 15 years down the road, those would be rare, and people would be seeking after those and selling those on eBay for $100. And they would have had every reason in the world to think that. But it didn't turn out that way, you know, so you just never know what's going to be rare and what's not. So I don't know. I mean, it's anybody's guess, really. Anyway, this thing's coming up on a half hour here, so I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. So yeah, thanks everybody for listening, and well, yeah, happy holidays if I don't see you again between now and then, which hopefully I will, but yeah, so I need to get recording something or something. Okay, see you guys later. One other thing I forgot to show you before I forget. Can't believe I almost forgot about this. This is incredible. Wait till you guys see this. Got this from Choga. It may not look like anything normal at first, but if you look really closely, there is something. Yeah. That is totally legit, y'all. I'm still not over that right now, let me tell you. So, in the coming days here, I'm going to have to find myself a frame. Put this up, find a place to put this up on the walls, man. I don't know, I've been living in this apartment for 10 years, and, like, I've put maybe 4 holes in the wall in all the time that I've been here. And it's like, I'm almost afraid to, because of causing, like, damage to the property or whatever. And I know that's, like, something that people do, but at the same time, isn't there, like, shouldn't there be some limit to how much you can do that? And if there is a limit, what is it? And so I never know, so I'm scared. I don't know. I mean, that's why everything that's on my walls now is stuck to it with, like, you know, glue or, like, silly putty, which I'm definitely not doing that with this thing, no. But still, So I don't know, but that's half of the reason I don't have like any shelves in here to put anything on, and that's why everything around here is so cluttered all the time. So maybe I should just bite it and put some shelves up. But then it's like, oh, I'm thinking about moving out sometime. I'm always like 3 months away from possibly moving out, you know, and I've been 3 months away from that for 3 years now, so who knows? So I was doing the Bill Pullman there for a second. You know, let me see how crooked I can get. Maybe I can flash the shot of him in the movie up there next to me. Holy shit, I'm leaning way back. Oh, it looks like that picture that I took of me and Luca Jin in the bed in the hotel that day. It was like... No, don't turn your head towards the camera, you look stupid. There. Okay, this vlog is over, for crying out loud.